I never feel guilty about being privileged.
If you rub me the wrong way, bang, there'll be no more namaste.
Word on the street is, I'm still the word on the street.
Don't check for me unless you got a check for me.
The strongest substance on earth isn't diamonds, it's me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the RealHouseGamer. If this is your first time here, I'm Chris, and welcome to my channel where we play video games and talk about all things pop culture. Yeah, so it's been a second since my last video. There was a little bit of a delay because there's been a certain life change. I don't want to say her name too loud because she's asleep and I don't want to wake her up. But we got a puppy and her name is Sora and she's just the cutest thing in the entire world and I'm absolutely head over heels in love. Initially I wasn't really looking for a puppy. I didn't want to go through the potty training and the teething and that stuff. But I'm so glad that we did. It's a little overwhelming, but a good kind of overwhelming. So yeah, that's why there's a little delay in these videos and why we're going to have to do things a little differently today. So normally I would talk about a bunch of different shows or music or whatever. Today we're just going to focus on RuPaul's Drag Race and maybe touch on a little music because an album came out last week that I'm obsessed with and I want you all to listen to. But yeah, so welcome to The Sims 4. We are working on my save file today. I am building a trailer park in the eco lifestyle world. What the hell is the name? Nope, it just completely vanished. Anyway, this is a lesbian couple, Raquel and Jacqueline, and they were very, 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 very happy together until they moved in with each other. Jacqueline is a hoarder, and Raquel is a very uppity, snooty, rich biatch wannabe, and it just didn't work, so now they're living in separate trailers. Yeah, it's super simple. I wanted to Evergreen Harbor. Is that the right name of the world? That sounds right. Evergreen Harbor. Yeah, that sounds right. Anyway, this part of Evergreen Harbor I'm going to turn into a trailer park. So this is the beginning steps of that, and yeah, let's get into some RuPaul's Drag Race. Good luck and don't it up. I say to myself as I begin to record this voiceover. So checking my notes, I am 3 episodes behind if you include this week's episode. But I'm not going to because it's too soon to talk about it. So we're going to talk about the last 2, which would be the acting challenge where they did the Daytona Wind 2 and the lip sync Lollapalooza. So as we touched on last week, it was a girl group challenge, but as like old women, and it was weird and I didn't like it. But Jax and Robin had to lip sync for their lives. Jax is a phenomenal lip syncer, but Robin went home and I'm kind of just like about it really because I don't know her. That's not a her problem, that's a shorter episode problem. I still really do not understand the logic behind shortening the episodes when you have the largest cast ever, but choices. So yeah, Robin went home and it's whatever. And then we have Jax fake crying again. This is not the first time she has done this, and every time I'm just kind of like eye roll. So this week's episode was like the acting challenge, and we did the Daytona Wind 2. There was a little bit of drama with Mistress and Malaysia Baby Doll Fox and Sasha Colby.
Did you want to comment, babe? She said what I said. Oh, okay.
Over the previous challenge, and I understand where Malaysia and Sasha were coming from, and I do think Mistress and Lux were being a little pushy. I don't like the word bullying either. I totally agree with Lux's opinion on that. But yeah, I love Sasha Colby.
I don't appreciate Sasha trying to utilize every moment to be a teaching moment for us as if she is Dumbledore or something.
Let's just do a triple crowning this season. Let's crown Sasha Colby, Anitra, and Mistress. Let's just do it.
You should start getting used to the heat where you're going. Where, Palm Springs?
So the acting challenge, it was entertaining. Mistress, Sasha, and Lucy were all really great. I did miss the fart noises from the first version. What can I say? I have a 2-year-old sense of humor. But yeah, I thought the judging was pretty fair. Spice trotting down the runway one last time, it just absolutely sent me spiraling. I thought it was hysterical, and like Rue being like, cue the snipers, it was oh, bless her heart. But yeah, so then the bottom two was Jax once again and Aura, and they lip synced to Sweet as Pie by Megan Thee Stallion and Dua Lipa. And honestly, Jax killed it, and I just think it was Aura's time to go. I mean, insert clip here.
I was married to that man for 25 years, and to that man, any hole was a go.
Anyway, let's move on to the next episode, which is a lip sync Lollapalooza. But before we can get to that, we get to see Lucy scooch every little bit closer to exploding.
I'm pissed.
Okay.
I'm very, very upset that I was not in the top. I'm surprised and annoyed.
She is mad that she didn't win. And I really like her, but I must say, watching her inch closer and closer to that Alaska All-Stars 2 freak out is very entertaining, and I hope we get to see it. But I do love the lip sync Lollapalooza, and I also recognize that this is a very easy challenge for the producers to manipulate. But it's always very entertaining, and if the songs are good, it's like a drag show right in your living room, so I live. But yeah, first up is Malaysia. She gets to pick who she wants to lip sync against. Everybody assumed she would pick Mistress because of their like tiny little beef that they had, but she actually picked Marsha, and I, as well as the rest of the world, assumed it was because she thought she could beat her. But Marsha gets to pick the song, which I always think is like the more important choice. But they both do really well, and at the end of the day, Marsha was just like the clear winner. So Malaysia was a bit salty. Next, Lucy gets to pick who she wants to lip sync against, and she picks Spice. So Spice picked the song. Low-key, I thought Spice won, but this is also kind of like where my awareness to producer shenanigans comes into play, but that could also just be me wanting to see Lucy crack. But yeah, Lucy won the lip sync, so it is what it is. After that, Lux picks Selena to lip sync against, and Selena gags everyone and picks the Celine Dion song.
But she didn't know I'm about to pick this ballad, honey.
Selena, what song do you choose?
I think I'm gonna choose It's All Coming Back to Me Now by Celine Dion.
And just totally friggin' kills it. Completely just destroyed and slaughtered that stage. I just really enjoy her. Everybody was gooped and gagged that she did it, but Lux did good, but Selena just absolutely embodied everything about that song. Next was Mistress versus Jax, and Jax picks one of my all-time favorite songs, Tell It to My Heart by Taylor Dane. This lip sync was just amazing. Two very different styles. It could have been a double chantay, and I would have been very happy about it. But at the end of the day, the Mistress prevailed, and she won. And I just love her so much, and I'm so excited that there's someone showcasing her style of drag, like that old school style. This season. But yeah, so once Mistress got back to the workroom, the other girls were a little shady about it because they really thought Jax won and blah, blah, blah. But Mistress came right back at them, so, you know, I love her, and hashtag Mistress for the top 3, please. But next by default is Anitra versus Sasha Colby. As soon as this pairing was announced, you just knew this was going to be like a bloodbath. Hands down, the two most talented lip syncers this season going against each other it's iconic already. It kind of sucks that like the song, while it's a bop, is like just this random Fifth Harmony soundtrack song. But it was really great, and they both totally killed it. Another valid double chantay if you ask me, but Sasha took the win. So let's just put Mistress, Anitra, and Sasha in the top 3. Like, let's just skip to that part. Like, that would be great. So now we get to move on to round 2, and it's Malaysia versus Spice, and Spice once again gets to pick the song, and she picks this Camila Cabello song because she knows Malaysia doesn't know the words, which is like smart, like in theory. But the gag is Spice doesn't know the words either.
I'm like, yes, I got her. She doesn't know the words. And I'm like, oh, I don't know the words either.
I literally had to pause the television to laugh because I was just dying. Malaysia wins the lip sync, but and when she goes back to the workroom, Marsha asks her why she picked her the first round, and Malaysia denied it was because she thought she could beat her, but whatever. If you have 2 working eyes and 2 working ears, you know that's not the case whatsoever. It was clear as day. Like, girl, just live in your truth. So next is a 3-way lip sync between Anitra, Lux, and Jax. And this lip sync is kind of when I realized Jax kind of does like the same lip sync for each performance. It's good, like, don't get me wrong, but it's just very samey. Yeah, but Anitra and Lux kill it. It was a super close call, but Lux took this by like the skin of her teeth. Like, it was just that close. But yeah, so the final lip sync is between Anitra, Jax, and Spice. But there is a twist because of course there is.
With a twist.
And a random queen will be picked to choose another queen to save. Anitra's name is picked, and she chooses to save Spice because lip syncing against her would be too easy.
I can't lip sync against Spice. Like, do y'all think that's fair? And honestly, I have no problem taking Jax out.
Gagged. This is hands down, bar none, the most gangster thing that has ever happened on RuPaul's Drag Race. Because Jax is an awesome performer, and given the right song, could beat Anitra. But yeah, so like Spice goes to the back of the stage, back to the workroom, and it's so cute how like the other girls are so genuinely happy that she stuck around. But on the main stage, Anitra and Jax have to lip sync to another one of my favorite songs, Finally by CeCe Peston. It was a great lip sync, but Anitra walked that duck all over that stage, back and forth, and she won, rightfully so. I like Jax, but I just kind of think it was her time, and we've seen all she has to give. So now that we're basically caught up, next week's challenge is a ball challenge, and I'm not normally super into the design challenges, but if the themes are like fun and like different, I'm like into it. But I'm just really loving how like the front runners are starting to emerge, and I just think the rest of the season is going to be such a blast, especially with like episodes going back to their regular length. yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of this season plays out. But if you've stuck around this long, thank you guys so much. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below with your thoughts on this season of RuPaul's Drag Race and this fun trailer park build that I did. And again, I apologize for the delay in videos. It's been a little crazy around here with the baby. And yeah, I think now we're starting to get a little back on track. Sora's on a nice little sleeping schedule, and I'm kind of able to sneak away and do what I gotta do. So videos should be picking back up again very shortly. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!